Hi, my name is Christopher Burdash, and this is Battlefield 2042, the most recent release by DICE Interactive in November of 2021. This game takes place a little bit in the future, but there's not too much of a difference. There's no exosuits. There's none of that COD Advanced Warfare would have. Talking about COD, this game could be considered the competing game to COD. However, due to the fact that good releases of COD recently and some shaky releases of Battlefield, that's kind of blurring the lines. However, that's not what we're here to talk about. I'm here to give a 20-minute voiceover of me playing Battlefield, just talking about the game and, how competitive it is, the teamwork can go into it, and just some general tips. Now, first of all, this is over a span of 3 games, 2 of them being the most popular game mode Conquest and their other popular game mode Breakthrough. Conquest is simple enough. All you have to do is take certain objectives that are on the map, and the more objectives you hold, the more tickets that you burn through your enemies. The first team to make the other team run out of tickets wins. Breakthrough is a bit different though. Only one team will have to defend objectives while the other team will have to attack it. The attacking team will have a specific number of lives that they will have to use to take the objective before they run out of lives. All the defense has to do is just burn through those numbers. In this game, there can be a lot of communication in it, whether you actually talk to the players or through different types of mechanics in the game, like right here, there is spotting. And in a second, what you will see is a ping pop up right there. That is my teammate pinging an enemy, basically letting them know, hey, there's a person right there, be a bit careful. And right up here, without saying a word, he pings an opening over by the cargo to let me know, hey, go rush that area. I will keep you covered. Go make the kill. And as you see here, I turn the corner. There is an enemy there, as he pointed out, and I made the kill. There's also a lot of vehicles that can help in the game, like this tank here. The infantry can run into a lot of problems when a vehicle pulls around, because a tank or even a helicopter that's going to be right here can cause a lot of problems, as you can't really shoot the players inside. And traditional guns do not do damage to it, while a tank and a helicopter have a wide variety of weapons like miniguns and grenades to be able to cut down on the numbers of enemies that are trying to take an objective. Now, as much as it is fun to see me, doing things in those vehicles, sometimes when you're on the opposing end, it can get a bit scary. Like right here, this helicopter pilot didn't really do anything, and yet it caused me to hide in the corner while just the players flying around took the entire objective. And right here, after we just took an objective, we're on a ceiling, I see a helicopter, boom. Without thinking twice, I instantly cowered out and jump off the building to go somewhere else. However, just because vehicles can change games, that does not mean that the infantry is helpless. Infantry will be given different types of weapons like rocket launchers and C4s to be able to change the tides, as right here. I shoot a rocket, some of my other teammates shoot rockets, next thing you know, that overconfident tank is gone. Now, vehicles don't win games. Sure, they help out a lot, just like right here, this enemy helicopter flies over, drops a bunch of bombs, try to take out a few of our teammates. However, that's not the deciding factor of who takes this objective here. It's the use of teamwork and movement and collaborating with one another that can win games. Just like me right here, going to revive my teammate as he goes down to keep our numbers high instead of allowing them to whittle down on our team. Now, with the more kills you get and the more objectives you take, you start to chip away at their tickets on the bottom left. As you can see right here, we have 66 tickets compared to their 24. And we are getting there to the win, so we make one final push to push back their front line to make sure that they don't make any other big plays. And as you can also hear here, there's a lot of music that starts to slowly build up that tension, the dopamine in you as you start to slowly either go towards victory or defeat. And over the next 20 minutes, after this explanation, I'm going to go into talking about just how I play and some of the stuff that I experience in this game. First off, there are a lot of classes in this game, but the specific class that we're going to be talking about is going to be my medic class. And as we can see right here, there's also a an accessories menu, which allows you to change the different types of accessories that goes on your guns. And you can choose multiple different accessories to go on your weapons that you can switch to on the fly. You can have suppressors, muzzles, long barrels, short barrels that you can quickly switch in between whenever needed. You also have short scopes, long scopes, medium scopes. You have extended magazines. You have short magazines. You have armor-piercing magazines. You have grips, and you have grenade launchers. All of these are interchangeable on the fly to be used no matter the situation that's need be in front of you. You just have to be able to look in front of you, decide exactly what you need to do, and do it. Now, right here, we're going to be talking about the class I play, which is Medic, and how I play it. I play a very, I guess you could say, Marine Corps style of play because I'm always trying to be in the front lines. Now, the good thing about a Medic is that he can revive all teammates compared to non-medic players who can only revive their own squad mates. Another benefit to being a medic is it allows you to revive your teammates faster. As you can see there, it took a couple of seconds of me, sticking my neck out to revive my teammate, but right here, with me playing a medic class in a dangerous area, I run out, sacrifice getting shot, and there's two teammates on the ground. Boom, there's one. Boom, there's the other. In this side-by-side comparison coming up, you can see that I managed to revive the two teammates in just about the amount of time that it takes a non-medic player to revive one. And this quick revive can come in handy, like in right here. I wasn't paying attention to that door and I go down. However, a medic teammate helps pick me up really quickly. I rush in as he goes down afterwards. Even through all the explosions and gunfire, I'm able to quickly revive him so he can rush in and make a play to help us hold this objective from enemy attackers. Another good thing is you have, with the class Falk, you have a syringe that you can shoot players with from a distance to be able to quickly heal them and get them back into the battle faster. You can use this at any time, and sometimes it can even help you. Another cool thing about it is that you can use it on yourself. So if you're in a bad situation, like right here at 20 health, you can quickly use it in a pinch, get yourself back up to full health, and get yourself back in the fight really quick. And this clip here, again, 6 health right there. I use it, takes a second, next thing you know, I'm back up to just about peak health. And it can come in handy in situations like this where we see here one of my teammates goes down, and I'm trying to survey the situation and time when to move in, and I'm being shot at. 47 health, 29 health, I duck down, and I go to heal. As soon as I heal, I'm back up to at least 60 health, and I rush in to be able to make a play to revive my teammate. Now, when you're a medic, you tend to run into a few problems, because as you can see, I revive my teammate there, I'm able to heal myself, and, it can require a lot of specific movement and timing to keep yourself alive, but sometimes that doesn't really matter, because when the enemy team sees that there's a medic, sometimes you can become the target. As up here, I make a shot here from the corner, I see enemies up on the roof, I try to back up, but next thing you know, through the smoke, player drives up and instantly, it was basically like targeting. He knew I was there. And right here, I'm running with my squad, I see a sniper, and out of all the people he targets, instantly it's me. He sees the medic and he wants to target me, which is why it requires a lot of precise movement in this game. Like sliding, you can use sliding to get quickly into cover and duck down in time to be able to avoid gunshots. And right here, you can also use some cover, like these walls here that I'm running in between to hide myself from the enemy up on the second floor so I can sneak up on it. You always have to be surveying a situation and figuring out exactly what your plan of attack is and when to attack. Because sometimes you're going to get sloppy with your movement. And here in this clip, that was a display of some good movement. I'm constantly sliding, I'm moving over to other things, but sometimes you can get sloppy with your movement, like right up here. I decide I don't crouch down to go to revive my teammate. I position myself badly and I get shot. And up in this next clip is some bad timing. I decide instead of waiting to see if there's any enemies around the corner, I instantly jump and go for a revive, and I get what I deserve. Right here, I see my teammates running, and I think to myself, hey, this is not a bad idea, but next thing you know, I turn the corner, there's a bunch of enemies, and I move into this guy, I try to knife him, and I get shot. You have to be very careful with your timing and movement. Because right there, I was sloppy with my movement, I didn't go prone, and I instantly get dropped by someone with a rifle. Now, sometimes you can fill yourself with a false sense of bravado that the situation is clear and you can move. Right here, I literally just duck a sniper shot, and I go to heal myself, and I'm back up to full health. And I'm ready to make a move. I feel confident, but I didn't notice that tank right there. So next thing you know, I turn the corner, and boom, dead. Done. So you need to be very careful of your surroundings. You need to make sure that your surroundings are clear and your good timing. But sometimes, no matter what, you just die, I guess. You know, it's just the way of the beast sometimes in video games. Like right here, I see my teammate go down. I decide, all right, hey, you know, I'll revive you. You know, everything's all good. I'll start shooting at some teammates, leave some suppressive fire to the people on the front lines, and I turn to go look back at my teammate. Oh, he's dead again. What is going on? I check the corner. Oh, there's a sniper, so don't show my face there. But, you know, next thing you know, I turn the corner to be on the enemy side where I can easily be shot at. And I decide, you know what? Hey, I'm going to peek again at the sniper. Instantly, I get shot, and I think I'm going to heal myself. Nope, there's a sniper right there. Right there to shoot me. And, you know, there's also these times where, you know, just... best way to put it is just meme rocket. It'll happen to the best of us no matter what. Now, it's not always going to happen to you. You're always going to land some sort of just instant kill right there with the, like I said, a meme rocket. But usually when it happens, you only notice when it happens to you compared to other people, and it's not as fun. But overall, you know, it's not bad. Sadly, my teammate got in the way there while I was trying to shoot at some enemies, and I quickly got shot. And this is probably the best clip that I can show you for what I'm talking about by you just die. Right there, I'm just sitting there. Next thing you know, there's just a guy. Just a guy up there. He's just, what is that dude doing up there? Why is he up there? You know, I try to, you know, find... excuse me. I try to find him up top, try to leave some suppressive fire, and I go to hide inside of this little car for some cover, some concealment. And I'm looking around, and I'm trying to figure out what to do next. While I'm holding the line, I see some snipers off in the distance. And I'm thinking I'm safe, but, you know, next thing you know, I'm kind of not safe because helicopters out of nowhere just blast me. Now, sadly, the clip doesn't end here as I get revived, and I kind of lay around thinking that this helicopter is a T-Rex, and if I don't move, it's not going to see me. Luckily, it didn't see me. And I turn around, make sure that the helicopter is far enough away for me to make a move. I start to move, and I saw that sniper shot, and I see a sniper glare right there, so I quickly go to make some cover and hide, and slowly I start to see the helicopter start getting occupied with other things like ground to air right there. So I start thinking to myself, okay, this helicopter is a bit busy right now. I can start making some moves. So as we see here, I start slowly crawling out of my spot. I get more confident to stand up and start running. I see the tank, which gives me even more confidence, and I see my teammate down. I go, okay, I'm going to go revive him. So I start running in. Everything's fine. Everything's, clear. Everything's dandy. Right here. 10 seconds. I will give you 10 seconds to figure out what happens based off the context clues on this screen right here. Let me know if you get it right or wrong here. Oh, wait. Yeah. But no matter what, what happens, how much you die, at the end of the day, all that matters is that you are there for your team. You're there to help out your team whenever needed, no matter what. Like right here, my teammate went down. I try to figure out what caused him to go down. I take care of the threat, and I go help him back up. Now, with all this stated, I wanted to talk about a kind of a thing that I'm a little bit confused about. Why isn't Battlefield 2042 as much of a contender in the esports world as it should be? Now, there are some smaller niche, esports for Battlefield out there, but there is no, world class with, team solo mid and just D1 esports for Battlefield. And I have a few ideas, and I think the main cause of it is just the amount of players. A regular game of Conquest is on total 64 players. That's 32 players per team. I feel it could be a little bit hard to be able to build up a 32-player team across multiple teams which could make quite a lot of people and quite a lot of, resources in order to make it happen. And there's even up to 128 players, which that's 64 players per team. Now, recently they have released a more bite-sized version of Conquest, which is an 8v8 version of Conquest, which hopefully, could build some traction in the esports industry. However, based off the large numbers that you see here in these chaotic Battlefield matches, sometimes I feel like it could be a little bit hard to do that. Just being able to build a team of 32 to 64 players, and a 128 player game, if you have up to 10 leagues, that's what, around 500 people? That can be a lot of people, and maybe even just being able to build a team of that size can be a bit difficult. Because most teams that you see out there for esports, they're up to 5 players. Rainbow Six Siege, 5 players. Valorant, 5 or 6 players. It's at max on games. It's usually about between 5 to 9 players per team, I'd say. With Dota, League of Legends, Call of Duty, PUBG, Fortnite, all those games, it's usually a low number of players compared to this game. Now, coming up, I want to wrap up this video by showing good around 2 minutes of the opening of me playing this game, and just to show how chaotic it can be, and just kind of sway to show you how fun it can be when working as a team. As in this upcoming clip, I work with my team very effectively. We all run together. We all try to revive each other. We all take care of threats as necessary. And I feel it could be a very good clip. Now, before we get there, in conclusion to all of this, I would have to say that Battlefield would be a perfect game to be able to play for esports, because it requires a lot of communication. It can be very chaotic. It can be very fun. And it's just look at it. A wide open map for many players to be able to come together in a league and just throw down in tanks, helicopters, infantry, explosions. Battlefield, in my opinion, is the most explosive first-person shooter game out there, as violence comes quickly in this game. It's not fast-paced sliding like COD and Apex. It can be slow-paced like right here, but once it kicks up hard. And I think that would make an extremely entertaining esports league.
Putting a dent in their reserves. Keep it up, troops.